So you're developing training and you're getting ready to deliver this training, and you find out that somebody who wants to be part of your class, a learner, is in some way disabled. Um, the most common that I have seen, at least in my tenure, you'll have folks that are deaf and folks that are blind. How do you include them into your classes? Um, in in a live class, you generally have the benefit of having an interpreter. So you'll have a deaf interpreter that'll be there on site. This is something that you, as an organization, if you're going to be able to meet the standard of 508 compliancy, which is essentially the American Disabilities Act, you should have the ability to cater to an interpreter. Oftentimes, your deaf student will have an interpreter that will be coming, and they just need to be able to be there in person. Um, if your class is online, then you have some additional tools that are going to make this a lot easier. For instance, a lot of your online delivery environments, such as Zoom, for instance, allow for um, automatic AI generated subtitles. And this is something that you can turn on. Every time I set up a meeting through Zoom, I turn it on by default. You never know who does and does not need it. For those who are hard of hearing, for those who are deaf, this is absolutely vital because they're able to read in real time, for the most part, in real time, an AI generated um, subtitle that shows up exactly covering, for the most part, what you're saying. Now, as you probably know, and as looking at some of the subtitles that come up from my videos that get generated, a lot of times it's not accurate, and you're going to see some things go off the rails a little bit. That's okay. They get the gist, and they're able to understand what's going on for the most part. And if they need clarification, they can ask. And that's where checking your chat feeds and reading those chat feeds really clarify what people need to understand and how you can make it more clear for them. So if you're in class and you have someone that is, for instance, blind, and you're demonstrating something on the screen, you need to be able to explain what you're doing. And this is something that you should be doing anyway as part of your delivery, right? Explain exactly what you're doing. You don't say, click here, then go here, then go here. You say, okay, I'm going to start in the top left corner, and then I'm going to click on what this is called. Start, file, menu, whatever. You explain exactly each step that you are completing. The reason being is that for someone that's blind, they're going to be using either a braille terminal that'll tell them what's going on the screen, or they will have verbal instructions that'll be coming up through an accessibility application that will tell them where their mouse is located, what they're clicking on, what it's called. You're basically telling them, as you're demonstrating this, what you're doing so they can follow along later. The other benefit, of course, is for those who are not deaf or not blind, um, is that they're able to follow along as well. I mean, they benefit from this. So not only are you helping your blind students, but you're also helping those who aren't blind, but are maybe focusing on their screen because they want to do it along with you because they're tactile learners. Maybe they're auditory learners and they're processing what you're saying as you're saying it so they can see it. Your visual learners will follow along and follow the mouse keys and everything, and that'll be fine. So, when you think about catering to those with disabilities, um, the most common that you'll see, or I say the most impactful, are going to be those who are maybe deaf or hard of hearing, or those that are blind. You've got to keep in mind that those same techniques, those same technologies help people who are disabled in other ways. If you have someone that is suffering from dyscalculia, as you're explaining stuff, that helps them work through the process. If you have someone that has difficulty with dyslexia and they can't read things very well, then your visual um, processing and verbal processing, because that's something they can process, different skill, reading versus listening. Um, they're able to process that a lot easier, and they can follow along a lot easier. For those who have autism, a lot of times turning down the volume is very, very helpful so that they can follow along by reading your subtitles. These are the skills that you're going to be able to have, and these are the skills that you're going to be able to increasingly utilize to strengthen your delivery overall while including those with disabilities. So hopefully this was very handy for you. Good information. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them down in the comments below. I love reading them. And if you like what you're seeing, click like and subscribe, and enjoy your learning journey.